Shalom, shalom, shalom. Yasha Allah. It's your boy, Brother Shamwa Allah, back at you with another quick edifying video. Today's lesson is going to be called Fear Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. All right, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory. I want to say, Kohalo Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, Bahasham Rawchaa Qadash. That's all praises to the Heavenly Father, whose name is Yahawah, and his only begotten Son's name, whose name is Yahawashi, right? And the Holy Spirit, which is the Rawchaa Qadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, from the elder apostles on down, who have ruled well to the Spirit and have fed and edified the sheep in these last days, and has pushed this gospel, this truth to the four corners of the earth in these last days. A mighty shalom. Another mighty shalom to you Akim that are out there laboring in the four corners of the earth, on the highways and hedges, pushing this 100% gospel and this 100% truth, this 100% doctrine to the four corners of the earth in these last days. A mighty shalom. All right. Like I said, today's lesson is going to be called Fear Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. All right. And I came across this article, and this is in Oakland, Oakland, California. This is from Fox KTVU. Salakia says bullet flies through wall, strikes Oakland dad in head while sleeping. Okay. And let's just read a little bit of it. We're just gonna go over some scriptures and say it's not gonna be too long. So Oakland, California says an Oakland father is fighting for his life after he was shot in the head while he slept, according to his family's post GoFundMe. It says a fundraiser for Run Hu Kwang said he was taking a nap Thursday afternoon after finishing his shift as a delivery truck driver. While he was sleeping, a bullet penetrated the headboard, going through his head and coming out of his left eye in his East Oakland home. It says now Kuwang is on life support in an ICU after undergoing a 7-hour surgery. He was the sole breadwinner for his family, his wife of 7 years, 7-year-old daughter, 3-month-old daughter. The fundraiser said, the shocking incident has left the entire family traumatized and in deep distress. This tragedy has created a severe financial burden for our family, the fundraiser read. According to his sister, Kwang is the only one in his household who speaks limited English, taking care of the responsibilities and communications for his family. He immigrated to the U.S. from Taishan, China in 2005, searching for an American dream, according to the family members. Right? It says the Oakland Police Department said the Oakland Housing Authority Police Department is the lead agency in this case. But you see, this is, and hey, he could be a Jake, you never know. But, all these people are coming to this place, thinking that it's going to be a better way, right? They're all kind of looking for the American dream. And we talked about that in a lesson before, right? This is not a dream. This is a nightmare, okay? And people are waking up to that, right? These other nations are waking up, to understand that this place is, bitter, and it's not, what they thought it was, right? But when I read this article, the first thing I didn't see the picture of him or the name. I just saw, that a man, a dad was shot in the head, while sleeping, and that it went through his head and then out his eye. I'm like, dang, you know what I mean? So when you see stuff like this, this is why, and he's still alive right now, right? The Lord didn't even take his spirit back to the spirit world, right? And this is why I call this lesson, fear Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, right? The Lord, through his uses his power, uses to draw fear to people, man. And the thing about it is, especially you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, y'all don't fear Yahawah Shem Shai, man, like you should, right? I literally remember being in some of these wacky tacky churches, and you know, you hear the pastor talk about, oh, you don't need to fear the Lord. It's not like fear, as in dread. No, you should be fearing Yahawah Shem Shai, right? But they used to teach us the opposite. Why? Because they tell us that God was all love and this, that, and the other. Well, they must not read. Well, obviously we know that they don't read, the scriptures. Okay, they don't read the scriptures, because they read the scriptures, they would understand. Right? Let's go into a couple of these scriptures. Right? Let's get this one. Matter of fact, since it is the first thing I was thinking of, this is Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 39. It says, "See now that I, even I, am He, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive." Right? And guess what the Lord did? The Lord kept this man alive. Right? And now he's in a coma. It says, "I wound." Right? Who does it? Yahawah Shem Shai does it. It says, "I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand." Right? Think about that. Sleeping, and you've seen, I've seen, several cases where people were, sleep or in their house, sitting down doing nothing, and a bullet comes in and takes them out. Right? In this case, this man was sleeping from coming from work, and what happened? The bullet came in, went straight through his head and right out of his eye socket, man. Right? That's a fearful thing, man. Right? So when you got these wacky tacky, Christian churches that tell you that you shouldn't fear Yahawah Shem Shai, right? The Lord says, "I kill, I make alive, I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my." There's nobody, no one. You can't try to buy your way out of. Hey, when the Lord wants to bring your spirit back to the spirit world, hey, He's going to do it. Right? What is that? Let's see if I can find that real quick. I think it's in Hebrews, right? Hebrews 12. Let's see. Here we go. Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 9. It says, "Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh, which corrected us, and we gave them reverence. Shall we not much more rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live?" Right? Yahawah Shem Shai is the Father of spirits. So when He wants to bring, His spirit back, He's going to bring His spirit back. Right? And you see, the Lord can also keep your spirit right there on the earth and make you suffer. Right? Understand, this is you should truly fear Yahawah Shem Shai. Okay. David said it, right? What is that? Psalms 19, I believe it's 120. Right? This is Psalms chapter 119, verse 120. It says, "My flesh trembleth for fear of thee, and I am afraid of thy judgments." Right? So guess what? King David, he knew. And guess what? He trembled at the fear of Yahawah Shem Shai. Right? And he's afraid of the judgments. Right? This is judgment, that's being played upon the earth. Right? And the Lord has creative ways, to do His judgment, man. Right? You've seen how people have horrifically died. Right? And when I've done, multiple videos on these different things, man. Right? The one that I can kind of think of off my head, it was one dude was in a where they make canoes, and I guess they like paint them, and then they put them in a hot oven, and it cooks to basically seal the paint on the canoe, if I'm not mistaken. And the guy was in there as a maintenance to fix it, and somebody went and turned it on. Put that man in there. And the thing got up to, I forgot how many hundreds of degrees, maybe even thousands of degrees, man. And this man, burnt up alive, right? You saw the video with the man in the Tesla, man, who couldn't get out. And he's screaming, and you hear him screaming. And the Lord kept his spirit in there while that whole thing was caught on fire, and they couldn't put the fire out. The man said, I can't help you, bro. Right? So it's a wise thing, right? David said, my flesh trembleth for fear of thee, and I am afraid of thy judgments. Okay. Let's get a couple more. Let's get this one, right? This is the book of Psalms, chapter 33 and verse 8. It says, let all the earth fear Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, and let all the inhabitants of the world stand in awe of him. And guess what? The Lord is going to put the ultimate fear on everybody, all right? When he brings his judgment, man. When the day of Yahawah Yahawashi comes, hey, man, it's going to be a dreadful day, Man's heart shall be failing for fear, right? It says, mighty men shall be like women in those days, right? The Lord is about to bring, and magnify his name, right? He's about to magnify his name, and he's about to bring pure judgment upon this place, right? If you don't fear, hey, guess what? You will be fearing Yahawah Shemel Shai. Okay? All right? So it says, let all the earth fear Yahawah Shemel Shai. Let all the inhabitants of the world stand in awe of him. Okay? And just think about that, It said it went through the house. The bullet went through the house, through the headboard, into his head, and out of his eye socket, or his left eye, whatever. Right? Come on, man. Listen, if you don't fear Yahawah Shemel Shai, woe unto you, man. Right? You're going to know, and you're going to fear Yahawah Shemel Shai. All right? And all the earth, right? It says all the earth. Let all the earth fear Yahawah Shemel Shai and stand in awe, right? Because people are going to be in awe of his judgments and the fear of him, right? This is Malachi chapter 1 verse 14. It says, but cursed be the deceiver, which hath in his flocks a male, and voweth and sanctified unto Yahawah Shemel Shai a corrupt thing. It says, for I am a great king, saith Yahawah Shemel Shai of hosts, and my name is dreadful among the heathen, right? Because not only are the heathen going to be in fear, right, but the children of Yahawah Shemel Shai are going to be in fear, right? And you don't put two and two together. You catching hell, and all these things are happening to you, and yet you don't humble yourself and bring fear. Have true fear for Yahawah Shemel Shai, right? What is that? What is that? Is it 1:11? So 1:11. Slovakia. And 10, or is it 10 and 11? Okay, here we go. This is Psalms chapter 110 or 111 and verse 10. It says, the fear of Yahawah Shemel Shai is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all they that do his commandments, and his praises endure forever. Okay? But the fear of Yahawah Shemel Shai is the beginning of wisdom. You would be wise to fear Yahawah Shemel Shai. Okay? And guess what? The Lord is going to have everybody, fear in the name of Yahawah Shemel Shai. Okay? What is that? Hebrews 10 and 31. Hands of the living power. Right? You see how this one incident caused, they said, where did it say? It says the shocking incident has left the entire family traumatized and in deep distress. So the Lord had not only put fear in his family, right? Probably that man too, man. You know, you in there sleeping, all of a sudden, you know, you don't even see it coming, and a bullet comes, boom, right in and right at your eye. You just like, man, what the, what are you thinking, man? That's total fear out of nowhere. Now think about the family now, and now the family, who they can't speak English. There, nobody's working. These are the different things, man. True fear just all around, right? Think about what's going to happen for you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans during Jacob's trouble, right? Think about that. How much fear is going to be around people, man, when you don't know, what's going on. And this is why we put up. This is why the fear of Yahawashi is the beginning of wisdom. Okay, because those who fear Yahawashi, matter of fact, I think I just had it too. Let's see if I can get it. Yeah, let's get that. I don't know if I have it. Okay, I do. Here we go. Psalms chapter 34, verse 9. It says, "Oh, fear Yahweh Bashem El Shai, ye his saints." Right? And his saints are talking about you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, you're the Israelites, right? And those of the diaspora who are scattered abroad, who look like these other nations, you are Israelites too, according, to the lineage of your father. But it says, "Oh, fear Yahweh Bashem El Shai, ye his saints." It says, "For there is no want to them that fear him," right? Because fearing Yahweh Bashem El Shai is the beginning of wisdom. Okay? It's true understanding. What is that? The book of Sirach. It says the fear of Yahweh Bashem El Shai is the first step to be accepted of him, and wisdom obtaineth his love. Right? So the fear of Yahweh Bashem El Shai, and understand, like King David said, my flesh trembleth for fear of thee, and I am afraid of thy judgments. That's the first step, to get your act right. Right? What is that? Job. It also talks about in Job too. Let's get that. Job 28. 28. And it reads, it says, "And unto man," Job chapter 28, verse 25, "that is wisdom, and to depart from evil is understanding." Right? You get it, because you see the judgment that's happening, to people on this earth, who fear not Yahweh Bashem El Shai. Right? So understand that's wisdom, and if you see that stuff, that should deter you from, from evil, from doing evil things. Right? You see that, oh no, I don't want to be like that, Lord. Yahweh Bashem El Shai, please, have mercy upon me. All right. So understand that your fear of Yahweh Bashem El Shai is wisdom. Okay, and it says it's a fearful thing. Right? Hebrews 10:31 is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power, right? Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Okay? It's a fearful thing. That's a fearful thing, man. You don't know how your judgment's going to come, but it can come, and be dreadful. Okay? What did Yahawashi say? Let's get it. This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 28. It says, "And fear not them which kill the body, but are able to destroy both soul and body in hell." Right? Because think about that, right? It's not talking about literal hell where you're living. That's not in there. That's not what that's talking about, right? It's talking about the Lord can kill you, right? Bring you back to the spirit world, right? And then you get your judgment, and you can come back on this earth and be in total hell. You could be a quadriplegic, right? You could have no arms, no legs, right? The Lord could, have you being born without a tongue to speak. The Lord can put you, because this is hell here, right? So think about that. The Lord can truly do damage to you, right? and then continue it on. All right. It says, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. Right? He can have you just, select you from a lake, but just ass out, man. Right? That's why the fear of Yahawah Shai is important, you know, especially for you so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? You need to get your act and your right and your self together, right? Because the Lord is not playing, okay? And the Lord is going to deal. He's going to be dealing with you in a special way, right? Matter of fact, let's get that. I don't know if it's Hosea. Let's see if it's Salakia. Hosea 4. Let's see if it's Hosea 4:1. Nope. Let's do Amos 3. Here we go. Amos chapter 3 and verse 1. It says, hear this word that Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi have spoken against you, O children of Israel, so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and you the diaspora, against the whole family which I have brought up from the land of Egypt, right? Because he brought your people out of Egypt, right? It says, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. The Lord can punish you in all different types of ways. The Lord doesn't necessarily have to kill you. The Lord can keep you alive, right? Have you in a coma, right? There was a lesson about a man who he was in a coma for 244 days, right? 244 days. He was in a coma, and I believe because he was in a car accident or got hit by a car. So for 244 days, he was in a coma. He came out of the coma, right? He couldn't walk. He started to, get himself back together, was able to walk again and do all these things. And then guess what? Like a few years later, if I'm not mistaken, he got killed by a hit and run or something. The Lord took him again. Right? It's a fearful thing to fall in the hands of Yahawah Shai, man. You have to fear Yahawah Shai. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise, man. Right? The scriptures tell you all day long, right? Fear is the beginning of wisdom. All right, because the Lord can take you out. And the Lord said, I will punish you, right? Because you are the Israelites. You are his family. You are the only, that he knows, right? He said, that's why I'm going to punish you for y'all. And I'm going to make, and the Lord, you know how your parent is. Your parent is not going to be worried about, little Joe Schmo across the street, because that's not his child, right? But your parent is concerned about you because you are his child, right? And guess what? He's taught you, you know better, and he's going to, make sure you feel it and understand, okay? So, I think that's it. I just wanted to, do this quick lesson on this, man. Like I said, I saw this. I've been meaning to do it. I think it came out a couple of days. Fearful thing, and the Lord should be feared. And the Lord is going to be feared throughout all the earth. Okay, no playing, no games. Right? The Lord doesn't play, man. Right? He brings his judgment, and it can be swift, and it can be long suffering too. Okay, so understand that. All right. So Lord's will, this was edifying, right? I want to give all praises, honor, and glory. I want to say, call Halal Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash. Right? Peace and blessings. About 44,000 men. Keep praying for one another, and most importantly, fear Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawah. First step